Hello there guys, and welcome to another Forza Horizon 5 video on my channel. It is now the autumn/storm season of Series 13, Horizon 10-year anniversary, and in this video I'm going to be taking you through all of the autumn season, giving you tips, tricks and tunes so that you can complete all of the challenges in this week's festival playlist. There are a total of 68 points up for grabs, and we'll be working through the whole of the festival playlist, and I'll be giving you all the information you need to unlock all of the rewards and work towards your seasonal and series rewards as well. As usual, we have some seasonal rewards. For 20 points, we have the Koenigsegg Agera from 2011. This is a new to Forza Horizon 5 exclusive. It cannot be bought in the auto show, and it probably won't feature again for quite a while. Then we also have for 40 points the Lamborghini Gallardo Spyder Performante. This is another exclusive non-auto show car. Very, very cool car, in fact, and I've actually driven one in real life. Both of these cars can be unlocked in the autumn/storm season, and I'm going to tell you how in this video. We also have our seasonal rewards for the Horizon 10-year anniversary to work towards as well. So for 80 points, the Wuling Sunshine and lovely Chinese MPV/minivan there, another exclusive. And for 160 points, we have the McLaren 650S Spyder. That is the convertible version, and you can use the convertible using the convertible feature in free roam. So that is another exclusive there for 160 points. So as I mentioned, there are 68 points up for grabs in this autumn/storm season. We're going to be working through the festival playlist, and we're going to be dividing it into sections. So firstly we have the Forzathon events, then we have the seasonal events, then challenges, then monthly events, and finally all the way at the end here we have the Hot Wheels events. We'll be working through every single challenge. I'll give you tunes, tips and all other general advice in order to help you complete it, get the individual rewards, and of course work towards your seasonal and series rewards. Finally, before we get started then, and to avoid me getting copyrighted, we'll do this pretty quickly. We have the Horizon 2 France/Italy Festival here. I'll show you exactly where it is located on the map because it isn't marked on the map, so it's just at the bottom of the volcano pass here, in between the volcano, the stadium and Guanajuato. And here you'll be able to take your photos. It also requires visiting here for one of the daily challenges. You got this nice picture here as a background to take a photo of your lovely Horizon 2 Huracan. Let's start this off then with the first section of the festival playlist this week, the Forzathon events section. We have a weekly Forzathon challenge, some daily Forzathon challenges, and then we'll be able to spend our Forzathon points in the Horizon Forzathon shop. Our weekly Forzathon challenge is called Welcome to Europe, and it will get you 5 points towards the festival playlist and 80 Forzathon points, or double Forzathon points 160 if you own the La Casa Solagera house, which comes free with VIP and gets you double Forzathon points in any Forzathon related event, including Horizon Arcade. Okay then, so let's start with Chapter 1, Expect the Unexpected. This wants you to own and drive the 2014 Lamborghini Huracan LP610-4. This car can be bought in the auto show, and it can be bought in the auto show for a sum of 240,000 credits. I have an S1 class tune shared. I'm not going to say it's the best because it very clearly isn't. It is kind of a road build with off-road rally tyres, with the nice wide body and a Forza rear wing. It doesn't particularly look great. It isn't really very nostalgic, and it's a bit of a weird build. However, if you're wanting a tune to get this Forzathon completed, then I'm sure it'll be alright. If it isn't, then of course just go and use another tune, or you could use the Huracan stock. It doesn't actually matter. All you need to actually do to unlock this first chapter is get in your Lamborghini Huracan. Eagle-eyed viewers might have also already spotted that for the collectibles Ben Green delivery, you'll be able to unlock yourself a Lamborghini Huracan. So if you don't want to spend 240 grand, or you don't own one already, then you can get it from the collectibles, which we'll be covering towards the end of this video. Once you're in your Huracan, then you can complete Chapter 2, Road Trip of Your Life. This wants you to drive 5 miles or 8 kilometres in your Lamborghini Huracan. You can basically go anywhere for this. It'll take you a couple of minutes, if not maybe 5 minutes max. If you want to do it quickly, then of course the quickest way to do it is always to head to the highway, start at either end and absolutely floor it and get the most out of your Huracan's top speed and a V10 engine. Or alternatively, you can take the scenic route, going up the coast, going up the mountain pass, going around Guanajuato, whichever you feel is the most appropriate for you. Just drive 5 miles or 8 kilometres in your Lamborghini Huracan and you'll complete Chapter 2 road trip of your life. Chapter 3 then is called Huracan Courage and wants you to bank 100,000 skill score in the 2014 Lamborghini Huracan. Now it doesn't actually specify whether you need to get 100,000 at once or whether it's a total. However, to make it easier and to make sure that you do get this challenge completed, I would recommend trying to do it all in one go. It isn't actually as hard as you think. If you're in kind of a really fast kind of speed built Huracan, you might be able to drive down the highway, get loads of near miss skills, speed skills. You can even crash through the barriers to get wreckage skills, do a bit of drifting, get drift near miss skills. That's quite an easy way to get a skill score with a can that's not really suited to drifting around. Alternatively, you could go to like a roundabout and just do loads of drifting, smashing, side swipes and stuff like that. You could go to the dunes, get loads of air skills. Or you could just go anywhere else on the map where you find it easiest to get your skill score. If you're doing a ×5 multiplier, you need 20,000 skill score ×5 to get your 100,000. If there is a car mastery thing that makes the multiplier go up to 6 or 7, which I'm not sure whether there is, then of course you'll need less than 20,000 times by that multiplier. However, I'd try to get 100,000 in one go if you can, because then that'll make sure that you do get the challenge completed. And finally, for the Welcome to Europe Forzathon challenge, we have Chapter 4 Lambo number 5, which wants you to earn 5 stars at speed zones in your Huracan to test the spectacular off-the-line performance of 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds. Obviously, mine's a bit faster than that because mine's got nearly 800 horsepower, however you get the gist. So what you want to do is go over to your map, filter to speed zones as follows, and then just pick your favourite speed zone or one that you find easiest. Don't pick one like this one because you bets are that your Lamborghini Huracan doesn't do 260 miles an hour and therefore you won't be able to get 3 stars. However, if you just pick a reasonable one, such as the Punta Allen speed zone here, where the 3 stars is only 135 mile an hour, pick one that's realistic with the tune that you've got on your Lamborghini and just try and get as many stars as possible. Obviously 5 stars is 3 stars plus 2 stars, or 3 plus 3 obviously makes 6, but then you'll still have 5, or if you want to do 2 star, 2 star, 2 star, 2 star, 2 star, 1 star, whatever combination, just make sure you get a total of 5 stars, and it will pop up saying that you've completed the Welcome to Europe Forzathon Weekly Challenge. Next then we have the daily #Forzathon challenges. These pop up each day at 2:30 PM BST and they last for 7 days each, meaning that if you're like me, you might want to wait till a couple of them have unlocked and then complete them at once. That just means that you don't need to put your pressure on yourself going on and completing them each day. If you are having any issues with them, if you think that they're bugged, you don't really know what they mean, you can't complete them, whatever the reason it is, let me post a comment in the comment section and I'll be more than happily there to help you out. The first one, for example, is visit the Horizon 2 Festival site in Colinas Aridas. Obviously, I have showed you that at the start of the video, so you know exactly where that is. However, if you're having any issues with any of the rest of them, as they pop up throughout the week, be sure to let me know and I'll be there to help you out. Finally then, to wrap up the Forzathon section of this week's festival playlist, we have the Horizon Forzathon shop. So we've got some good deals this week. We have the Bugatti Chiron from 2018 for 700 Forzathon points. That is an auto show car, however it is a couple of million credits, so if you're a bit short on credits but you happen to have quite a lot of Forzathon points saved up, you might want to spend them here. We also then have the Robot emote. I don't really do emotes, so I'm not really interested in that one. We have the Horizon Europe t-shirt, which I bought just because it's quite nostalgic. We have the Paint Spray car home, which sounds like follows. Don't really know why you want to put that on your car, but you can buy that if you want to. And then we have the Lamborghini Aventador Super Veloce, 350 Forzathon points. Again, it's an auto show car, but it is between like 300 and a million credits, so 300 Forzathon points is quite a good offer for that one. Then we have the usual wheel spin and super wheel spin, but it isn't really worth buying them from the Forzathon shop because it's a bit of a rip-off. Next up then we have the seasonal event section. This contains the trial, seasonal playground games, 3 speed zones, 3 seasonal championships and a Horizon 2. We'll be going through all of these in chronological order. So let's get started. First up then we have the Trial, which is a stock showdown in a Peugeot 207 Super 2000. This will get you 10 points towards the festival playlist and a Ferrari 458. I don't know whether that's the Speciale or the Italia or the Pista. Oh no, because that's 488. Never mind, just ignore me. Not really sure because it doesn't specify. However, it's some form of Ferrari 458. And obviously the restrictions, as suggested by the title, are an A-Class 755, aka stock Peugeot 207S. You're not allowed to upgrade it, you're not allowed to tune it, so everybody will be in the same car, including the AI, unless they magically cheat, which is of course possible because the AI like to cheat. Okay then, so this is what it looks like in a brief overview. So it's 150,000 credits from the auto show. It's running some form of rally / off-road tyres. It's all-wheel drive, 280 horsepower from some weird French engine. 1,100 kilograms, so it is quite light. However, it is very, very slow. It corners alright, but the suspension is a bit weird. It's not exactly the best car, however, at least it is controllable. I mean, I did quite like the Shelby one last week. However, I know that if you can't really drive rear-wheel drive, then that is a bit of an issue. So at least with this car being all-wheel drive and quite grippy, it will be easier to drive for everyone and therefore is more inclusive. So hopefully you'll be able to have a bit of fun with this one. Obviously, because it is a trial event, it is co-op, meaning that it's a best of 3 between you and the AI, meaning that if either team wins the first 2 races, the other team will automatically lose. Basically try not to ram your teammates, because the objective is for you and your teammates to overhaul the points of the AI by overtaking them and making your point total larger than theirs. That is basically what the trial is in about 30 seconds. I hope you enjoyed. Next up then we have another co-op event, the Seasonal Playground Games, which is a few rounds of Team King this week. This will get you 3 points towards the festival playlist and an Audi Quattro. Not a particularly exciting reward, however, I'm not going to diss the car because it is a very, very good car. The restrictions for this one are B-Class Sports Utility Heroes, and as suggested by the picture in the background there, we're going to be at the Aerodromo once again. Okay then, so I have 2 suggestions for this one this week. First of all, we have the 2018 Land Rover Range Rover Velar First Edition with my lovely GBR livery, where on the left side the GBR is upside down and back to front. I forgot to change that, unfortunately. This isn't the greatest of tunes. I'm not gonna lie to you there. It was a bit of a rush tune, nearly 600 horsepower. It is incredibly heavy. It's quite slow, and despite off-road race tyres, doesn't actually like to turn. So what I'd more recommend doing is taking a 2019 Porsche Macan Turbo, which has 440 horsepower, weighs about 300 kilograms less, is running off-road race tyres again, but it doesn't have any weird aero things. It has a very good paint job, and it's just better, in my opinion. So if you want a good car, the Porsche Macan Turbo is a good one for you. The tune is shared under my gamertag Shylo 2017. It's same for the Velar if you want a bit of hell there. And if you don't know how games works, it's basically you and a team of 5 other people versus a team of 6 people, so it's 6v6. And you basically play King because it's King this week. I don't know why they keep limiting it, it's very annoying. So you'll play 3 rounds of King, or like best of 5, or whatever it is, and then basically, even if you lose, you still get the reward. So essentially, just complete the rounds, and if you lose, it doesn't matter because you'll still get your Audi Quattro anyway. So that's how the games works in about 30 seconds. If you enjoyed, thank you very much. Now then, you now get to see me drive and probably fail and crash multiple times. So if that sounds good to you, then this is the section for you. We have the seasonal PR stunts. There are 3 speed zones this week. I'm going to be showing you the basic overview of each challenge, what the restrictions are, what car I'm going to be using, and then I'll show you some gameplay of me completing it. It's always the first run that you get to see, so if I fail, you do get to see me fail, which is always good for those viewers that want a bit of extra entertainment there. Yeah, I do usually fail at least one. Hopefully that won't be the case this week, but I know that it will, so I'm not going to say that anyway. First of all then, we have the Green Hill Speed Zone. 2 points in the super wheel spin for this, and it requires S2 class Ferrari. As you can see here, it is quite a high speed one, except for this kind of weird tight corner here. It's 170 miles an hour is the seasonal objective. Unfortunately for me, that quite exceeds my personal best on this speed zone. However, hopefully we can excel that this week. We probably won't, but I still have hope. Not much of it, but I do still have hope, so let's see how this goes. Okay, so I have two options for this one this week. First of all, we have the 2009 Ferrari 458 Italia. Don't know if that's the same one that you would in the trial, because as mentioned about a minute ago, it doesn't actually specify which 458 we get. However, this one has 1,191 horsepower from the Racing V12. It's actually found in this very vehicle here. It is quite light thanks to weight reduction. It's got full slick tyres, the Forza rear wing. It's basically maxed out, but it's still only in the middle of S2 class. However, that's not an issue because it's incredibly fast. It doesn't go around corners as well as the Ferrari F40. However, it is a very good option if you're running a bit on a budget, as it is only 225,000 credits. Yes, only 225,000 credits. Alternatively, though, we have the 1989 Ferrari F40 Competizione. This is running the same engine, however, it's got less horsepower because it's got much more grip thanks to its incredible downforce and incredible brakes. However, it is 2 million credits in the auto show, and therefore it is quite expensive if you are very new to the game. However, it is definitely the best option because it will be able to fly through the corners very, very fast. So, as usual, I'm going to take the car that I'm going to struggle with more. So I'm going with the 458 because I like pain. Okay then, so brace for impact, unleash the Racing V12 possessed in my Ferrari 458 and engage full send mode. That is essentially what we're doing here. So we're just going to floor it through this speed zone, as you can see here, just going to floor it. We're doing nearly 200 miles an hour. Correction, we're doing more than 200 miles an hour. We have to slow quite a lot for this corner, dip it into the edge, and then we'll hopefully be able to get round here without dying. Never mind, I'll have to use rewind. If you don't like rewind, then obviously just close your eyes at this point. We're going to try to cut across here and across the line, 171.38. I'm not going to suggest that was clean at all, because very clearly it wasn't. However, we did just about beat the season objective there, proving that if you are on a budget, you'll still be able to complete this speed zone. Of course, if you want to make it easier for yourself, go with the Ferrari F40. Our next PR stunt is one that I think the developers made to annoy us, because it is the River Run Speed Zone, 2 points in the super wheel spin, but it's not just kind of like a normal off-road speed zone, because S1 class Lamborghini. Who thought that putting a predominantly supercar brand on an off-road speed zone would be a great idea? Forza Playground Game developers, obviously. So it is by the stadium here. It requires 100 miles an hour for the season objective, and it goes through a massive puddle, which in storm season will be very full with water. So as you can imagine, I've created the best tune for this, and I've tuned the Lamborghini Urus. As always, I do always have to offer some unrealistic tunes for you guys if you are willing to use them. So obviously we have the Lamborghini Huracan from the Forzathon. We also have the Lamborghini Aventador Super Veloce from 2016, which is of course in the Forzathon shop. That is my S1 class road tune. So if you're wanting to endure hell with that one, then of course be my guest. However, if you want a proper tune, as always, like James May, I have that for you. It's the 2019 Lamborghini Urus, running a lovely Fortune Island livery there. It's got 910 horsepower. That's actually maxed out the stock engine. It's running full weight reduction, which still makes it way more than an RS3. And it's also got off-road race tyres and off-road suspension. Couldn't upgrade the brakes, however they do seem quite good, better than the 5.8 rating, so that's all good. It is quite near the bottom of S1 class, so you might be thinking that's a bit weird. However, as we just proved about 50 seconds ago in the Ferrari 458, that is not an issue, because we can just roll with it. Right, let's rock the Fortune Island mobile and see where we get with this one then. So rev up the V8, absolutely engage full send mode, and hope for the best. So we can try to cut the corners, but we can't cut them too much, otherwise the Forza gods will get triggered and they'll just fail us for no reason at all. I'm not going to lie, the handling isn't the best, but I didn't want to put the rear wing on it because it looks really, really weird on the Urus. Anyway, 110.17 miles an hour, that's actually enough for us to get 3 stars, never mind just the season objective, so I'm very, very happy with that one. So that is the season objective completed and 3 stars for ourselves on that speed zone, meaning we don't have to come back to it again. Yay! Our final speed zone / PR stunt of the week is the Pyramid of the Moon speed zone, getting us 2 points and super wheel spin again. S2 class Bugatti is the car restriction for this one, and it is by the kind of the Cloverleaf, Street Scene, Stadium and Teotihuacan thingy-majig. So it's 130 mile an hour for the season objective, which is the same as 3-star objective. I'm not going to lie, it doesn't really matter which way you go for this one, because as you can see, it's pretty much parallel. Obviously with this one you've got the corner to deal with, but then you realise you've got this corner to deal with, so actually that's when you realise it doesn't really matter which way you go. So pick your side, get in your Bugatti and just go for it. For this speed zone, I am going to be rocking the 2019 Bugatti Divo. It keeps the stock horsepower because you can't upgrade the engine or any power output. It's got the very nice Forza wing on it actually, which actually looks really, really good. It keeps the stock slick tyres, it's got full weight reduction, it's got a few other gubbins on it, and I've maxed out the rear aero so that it goes round corners as well as it possibly can, unless of course you put the front splitter on, but don't really want to do that. So S2 class 993, it's the nearest to the top of S2 class that we've used in this video so far, and hopefully we'll be able to use that grip to get round the corner and hopefully get 130 mile an hour on this speed zone. So let's find out. Right then, here we go, modified Chiron, let's go. So it's got a lot of power, nearly 1,500 power to be precise, and it obviously has a lot of grip, so we can do this. Never done in a Bugatti before, because Bugattis are renowned for not being able to turn, because they are massive bolts. Anyway, 138.57, another new PB, that's 3 out of 3 for the PBs today, and we actually managed to complete all of them first time. That's possibly the first or the second time I've ever been able to do that on a video, so let's just have a round of applause for Shylo on completing this week's PR stunts. Thank you very much, I appreciate the support. Oh, and it'll be back to normal next week. There'll definitely be one next week that I won't be able to complete. I'd just like to put that out there, obviously. Right, let's swiftly move on then to the seasonal championships. There's 3 of them this week, and I'd just like to say this at the start so that it covers the basis for all 3 of them. So if you are doing these championships in solo, you'll need to make sure that you fast travel or drive to each of the races that are set out at the start of the championship. You can distinguish these from the rest of the other seasonal events because they display as kind of white icon instead of red, so you'll know which races are in your current championship, and you need to drive or fast travel to all of them and complete all of them and come out on top points wise at the end against the AI. If you're doing it co-op, it'll automatically fast travel you to each event, and it'll be a best of 3, the same way that the trial works. So if you or the AI win the first 2 races, then the event will be over. So co-op is obviously the quickest way to do it. However, if you don't have access to Xbox Live Gold, or you got no friends, for example, then you'll be able to do it solo, of course, and just make sure that you drive or fast travel to each race. First up then on the championship agenda, we have the Honda Civic Type R Seasonal Championship. Very creative name there, yeah, very creative. This will get you 5 points towards the festival playlist and a Honda hoodie clothing reward. The restriction for this, if you haven't already figured it out, is in an A-class Honda Civic Type R. It doesn't actually say that it has to be the 2018 version. However, if we go in here, it has to be the 2018 version. So make sure that you don't go with any other Civic, because it has to be the 2018 Honda Civic Type R, unless I'm being stupid. But I don't think I am. So yeah, we'll just go with that. It seems that we've reached the point in the video when one lucky individual now gets a massive shout out, and that person is Dobra. You may have seen him in the comments as Dobra Mihai. He quite often has the competition with Ward to see who can get to the video comment section first. His gamer tag is Andrew9565, and I'll leave that in the description for you to find his tune and indeed the livery for this Honda Civic. So if you wanted to check it out, because both of them are really good, then he'll greatly appreciate it. And it's also a way of me advertising his tunes and designs because he's very good at them. So a quick overview then, this Honda Civic is running semi-slick tyres, specifically the Horizon ones, which I don't like, but we'll just revel over that. It's got 366 horsepower from the stock engine, front wheel drive, some weight reduction, not sure if it's full weight reduction, but there's definitely some weight reduction on there, and a load of other gubbins, and it is actually very good to drive. At first when I got in it, I actually oversteered it because the handling is so good that I wasn't really expecting it. However, obviously don't plant the throttle down halfway through a corner, because do remember it is still front wheel drive. It will still understeer if you plant the throttle down halfway through a corner. However, it is a very good tune. Do make sure that you get the newest and updated version, by the way, which was released on the 7th of July 2022, and the share code for that is 628285396, and it's actually called Fun and Easy, and to help you distinguish between the tunes, because there's actually 5 of them shared. I'll leave all of that information in the description for you so that you can recap on that when it comes to actually downloading the tune. Next up on the championships then is the Eurocross Seasonal Championship. It will get you 5 points towards the festival playlist and a Kino Nocturne song reward. So Kino's the artist, and Nocturne is the song, and that can be used and applied in your Horizon mixtape radio, which of course came with this update. The restrictions for this one are A-class country Italy, and it is road racing. I did actually forget to say, by the way, that the previous one is also road racing. Right then, so I've got a few suggestions for this one. I do actually think that most of them are actually pretty good, to be fair. I do like my A-class Italian cars. So first of all, we have the 1987 Ferrari F40. Do be careful with this one because it is running stock tyres and stock brakes. However, it's very good for top speed thanks to 562 brake horsepower, and it is actually quite good. Once you get the hang of it, it's really fun to drive, and you'll sure be able to have a lot of fun with it. And then we have the Lamborghini Gallardo Spyder Performante. If you're eagle-eyed, you'll realise that's actually the car that we win for 40 points this week. So if you already got it, if you got it the first time it came around, you'll be able to use that. If not, unlock it first and then complete the championship. We also have the Maserati GTS from 2010. This is kind of a purist rear wheel drive build, however it's focused on handling, so you will not have any issues with wheel spin. And that is it. All of them cars I believe are actually quite good, so hop in any of them and you'll be able to get this championship completed easy peasy. Easy peasy. I don't really know why I said that. The third and final championship is called Hot Hatch Hustle. It will get you 5 points towards the festival playlist and a Peugeot 207S, which of course you need for the trial, and it requires B-class hot hatch and you'll be racing streetsy. My first suggestion for this one is the 2003 Ford Focus RS. It is actually a very grippy car running rally tyres. It hasn't got much power, so it isn't really very good, however, especially considering it's street racing where they're all sprint races, so let's just gloss over that. Next up then, we have the Mini John Cooper Works GP from 2012. Again, this is another grip build on rally tyres with very little horsepower, so let's gloss over that. So then we come to an actual car. We have the 2003 Volkswagen Golf R32. It's also the cheapest here at 20,000 credits in the auto show. It's got 310 horsepower, exactly 1,500 kilograms, and it is an incredibly good car. However, if you are using ABS off, be careful on the brakes, and don't absolutely hammer on the brakes because it is running stock brakes and it will lock up. And when I mean lock up, it locks up like you've never seen before. I was running it on Horizon Mexico circuit the other day in Rivals, and by golly can it lock up. As long as you get the braking points right a bit earlier than usual, you'll be absolutely fine, and the car overall is in very good car to get this championship completed. And to wrap up the seasonal event section of this week's festival playlist, we have the Horizon Tour Co-op Championships. This will get you 3 points, and obviously the credits and whatever other reward you get from completing the Horizon Tour. So for this one, you just simply need to complete a Horizon Tour event, either by clicking on it here, or you can head over towards your main stage festival, and you'll see the Horizon Tour here. If you go to here, you'll be able to enter it in free roam, if you want to do it that way. Essentially, it's basically like you and a team of people against the AI, basically like a simplified version of the trial and a much easier version because the AI are on tourist difficulty, which is the easiest difficulty in the game. It's very, very relaxed. You get point-to-point races in between to have a bit of a drive around. It's nowhere near as competitive as like Horizon Open, so it's good for the people that want just kind of relaxed racing and to test out their cars. So it's completely random, whatever car restriction you'll get. It can even be as specific as like C-Class Ford Focus or whatever. That's a bit of a bad example, but you get the gist. They're very, very easy to complete, and it's pretty much impossible to lose. So complete one of them, and that will be completed in your festival playlist. Okay then, so that wraps up the longest section in this week's festival playlist, and we'll be able to move on to the third section, which is the challenges section. Photo challenge, Horizon Open, and collectibles up for grabs in this section. Let's start off then with the photo challenge, #Horizon Anniversary. It'll get you 2 points towards the festival playlist and a Europe cover car horn. It wants you to photograph the 2014 Lamborghini Huracan at the Horizon 2 festival site in Koenigsegg Agera. So we've already been there at the start of the video, you know exactly where that is. All you need to do is hop in your Huracan like I did at the start of the video and go and take a photo at there. You can either use kind of the picture behind to get a nice view of what Colorado looks like, not Colorado, France/Italy, or you can take it anywhere else in the festival as long as it is in that Horizon 2 festival site. That will be enough to get your photo challenge completed. Here's just a quick example for you then, if you're really struggling on what to do and you need a bit of inspiration. I just took it on a little spinny thing there that doesn't actually spin, with the picture of France/Italy in the background there. Just click A once you've got your car in position. If you've got Horizon Promo on the go, you'll get something towards that. And there you go, we've got 2 ticks, and the photo challenge is completed. We have ourselves the Europe cover car horn. The Horizon Open challenge then is called Country Roads Take Me Home and wants you to complete a cross-country racing Horizon Open custom event. This will get you 2 points towards the festival playlist and a 1970 Dodge Challenger reward. To complete this event, all you need to do is simply enter your pause menu, head over to the online tab, into Horizon Open here in the middle, and then over to custom racing and just pick cross country on whichever class you want, A, B or S1 here, and you just need to complete all of the races in this championship / event / whatever you want to call it, and that will complete it. You don't need to win, you just simply need to complete it. Very, very simple. Just pick one of your favourite cross country cars or just any random car, and take it in this cross country event and just complete the races within it. Very, very simple, and that is the cross country Horizon Open challenge. To tick off the third section of this week's festival playlist, we first need to complete the collectibles Ben Green delivery. This wants you to smash 10 Horizon Europe bonus boards, and this will get you 3 points towards the festival playlist and a Lamborghini Huracan, which of course you need for the photo challenge and for the Forzathon. Now to complete this, you just need to go somewhere within the vicinity of the Horizon 2 festival, within like a couple of, well, maybe a mile either side, and you're going to be looking out for some bonus boards, which are like the Horizon 2 bonus boards. So if I just drive down this road, there should be one right down here, hopefully. There's definitely... Oh, I didn't know AI drove down there. However, actually, that's very helpful because I can see that there's one here. So, as you can see, it says Horizon on it. It's very, very simple. And all you need to do is just smash through these and smash through 10 of them. When I did it last week, it actually counted 8 plus 1 is 10 instead of 9. So, it can actually be a bit generous, or it can work the other way. For example, you can see there's another one up here. So, I just go and smash 10 of these. These are kind of in the surrounding area of the Horizon 2 festival, as I said a second ago. They're very easy to find. Just smash 10 of them and that will be your collectibles challenge completed. Our fourth section is the monthly events. These can be completed in any week of the month, so summer, autumn, winter or spring, and if you complete them in this season, the points for last season will be added on to your summer total, and then the points for winter and spring will automatically be added on, so that when you start them respective seasons, you'll already have the points unlocked. For each of these, the points stated are actually the points that go towards the series, and then they get split across the 4 seasons, so the 12 points get split into 3, 3, 3 and 3, and the 4 points for each of the rivals get split into 1, 1, 1 and 1, if that makes sense. So first of all then we have the Horizon story, Horizon Origins. You need to complete all of the 5 chapters of this story and get 3 stars in each, so 15 out of 15 stars. When you actually booted up the game after the update, probably last week, if you played last week, then you will have gone through like a starter thing, and that was actually the first chapter of this story, so that will have got you your 3 stars. Unless you didn't get 3 stars, of course, then you'll only have 1 or 2. You need to complete all of the chapters and get all of the stars in this story in any of the seasons across the month, and that will get you 12 points across the whole series, and then 3 points each season, and also the Dodge Viper 2013 Anniversary Edition, which of course has that awesome kind of body kit on it and the Forza Edition number plate, which is very, very cool. Then of course we have the 2 rivals events. So first of all we have the monthly rivals at the Lookout Circuit, which is actually driving the Viper 13 Anniversary Edition. You just need to post a clean lap around here to unlock. And then for the Archer Moulage Circuit, which is the Forza EV, you'll be driving the Jaguar I-Pace, and you also need to post a clean lap to complete this. So for both of these, the post a clean lap is essentially what it says on the package. You need to make sure that your lap is clean, meaning that you do not hit walls, you do not hit rewind, and you do not kind of miss checkpoints or get reset. Basically, if your lap has an exclamation mark next to your time, then that means it is flagged or dirty, and you just want a clean time with no exclamation mark next to it. And that applies to both of these, but obviously you need to complete them separately. And then finally we have the Hot Wheels events. We have a Speed Zone and a Seasonal Championship, and of course these are only available to those that have the Hot Wheels expansion. If you don't own it and you want to purchase it, it can be purchased via the Microsoft Store as a separate package or in the Premium Add-ons bundle. And you'll be able, once you've reached the S2 class events, then you'll be able to access these seasonal Hot Wheels events. First up then we have the Supersonic Spiral Speed Zone, 2 points in the Super Wheel Spin, and you need S2 class anything goes. My best suggestions for this, and these 2 cars do usually work on any PR stunt on the main map or Hot Wheels, are the 2014 Porsche 918 Spyder and the 2019 Rimac Concept 2. Of course, this one is the hybrid and this one is electric. Both of them are astonishingly fast and can complete any speed zone or speed trap on the main map generally, as a general rule. And then we come to the final event of the Autumn Festival playlist, the Into the Nexus Seasonal Championship. This will get you 5 points towards the festival playlist and a Renault Clio from 1993. The restriction for this is the S2 class France, and you'll be racing on speed circuits. You have already seen this car, but just as a quick recap, it is the 2019 Bugatti Divo with my really grippy tune that we use for the Pyramid of the Tune at Speed Zone. It can also be used for any race on the main map on Hot Wheels because it is so grippy and it still has the respective top speed that is required for S2 class races. And that wraps up this season, guys. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you've enjoyed this video, then please do give it a like and consider subscribing to the channel. We're currently at 316 subscribers at the time of recording this video, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to get to 350 and onto 400 as soon as possible. If you have any questions or any other comments to make, then of course leave them in the comment section down below. We can have some conversations with you guys. You guys can have some conversations. Feel free to just chat away in the comments about anything to do with the autumn season or Forza or real life or cars or anything in general. So thank you so much for watching it once again, and I'll hopefully see you in the next video for the winter season. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye!